think we can forgive Liverpool to having an off night, not taking anything away from the Arsenal 10-men organisation, worked their socks off, brilliant. Liverpool were missing key players, absolutely. It's half time. You know, I don't expect Liverpool to be, with the greatest respect to them, that poor in the second leg.
Well, you say that, but what options have they got going forward? You know, I look at the situation with Mo Salah and they're in contract talks. I think he might be adding a little zero on his request for his wages because he looks so integral to what they do, and they looked ordinary last night. And listen,
should forget Manny as well, should we?
Absolutely, but I don't think he's in contract negotiations. They look toothless. They didn't look dangerous enough. Arsenal were brilliant, especially after the sending off. Listen, what's going on with Granit Xhaka? 3 red cards in the last last 18 months. No discipline. Brilliant for the Swiss in the Euros, and I think that's why he was brought back into the fold at Arsenal. They need a strong midfielder like him, but they need more discipline. And for me, he keeps on giving his Arsenal teammates a mountain to climb, and he's got. I don't even know, because I think he's a good player. And I agree with Paul Merson. I heard Paul Merson talking about the 2 midfielders that played against Forest, Lokonga and Charlie Patino. I thought it was unfair on them, because 2 young lads in there playing against experienced, seasoned pros at Nottingham Forest, they're not quite ready. And for them to be playing together as a couple in there, I thought it was really difficult. They need Granit Xhaka, but they need a disciplined Granit Xhaka, and I don't know if he can get that.
Do you think that Jurgen Klopp waited a little bit too long for his subs, Trev?
Possibly.
Because do you need 3 players like Milner, Henderson, and Fabinho in midfield when they're down to 10 men? Yeah,
no, I get that, because maybe you should go
a little bit more defensive minded, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, Ray. But again, you know, take nothing away from Arsenal, because I thought the work rate was outstanding. I thought Ben White really looked a solid performer. Obviously, Xhaka was outstanding as well on the wing. The work rate that he's shown and the desire to want to work for the Arsenal shirt, I thought it was brilliant. Listen, they've got a lot of good young players, but when you've got an experienced player in there with an important role, as Granit Xhaka did have, Partey being in the AFCON, he's got a responsibility. He's just not taking responsibility. It's a real shame, because I think there's a good player in there. You know, when he's got his head on it, he shouldn't be allowed to tackle. You should say to him, you're not allowed to slide tackle, stay on your feet, and I think that would help his game. Something simple like that. Do you think
it's, would you say then, Trev, it's advantage Arsenal?
Probably, because at home you would imagine, you know, the Emirates, the home crowd getting behind them. They realise that Liverpool are not full strength, and if they can keep 11 players on the pitch, I think they'll give anyone a game. Arsenal, you've seen what they did to Manchester City in the first half a couple of weeks ago. They've got a good side. I know they're not full strength because Partey's not going to be back for that second leg, but they've got good players, and you know, if they keep 11 players on the pitch and start as they started against Manchester City, I think they could. I think they could get the job done.
Just one little thing I've noticed the last few games. Look, we've all had, you know, spells where what's wrong with me? I'm not performing. Trent Alexander, I think he's struggling a wee bit at the moment. You know, because I used to love watching him with his athleticism get down the flanks and whip balls in and set pieces. That's gone at the moment with him.
Yeah, but his stats are silly, aren't they? His assists and goals, involvements, they blow everyone else, every other fullback in the Premier League out the water. And that's with him having a bit of a lull in the last few games. I think it helps him having Mo Salah in front of him, because Mo pushes the fullback right back, and he's got so much space to play in. And if you get the midfielder on the right hand side there for Liverpool coming inside, and just it's a huge area for him to exploit. And with the quality that he's got with the ball at his feet, he's going to pick players out. With Mo Salah, that threat in behind is not there, so fullbacks can be a little bit braver, step up a little bit, and that space is taken away. So I think it comes from the formation and the players that are playing for Liverpool, why he's probably not been as important over the last couple of games.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.